Get into this Dave Chapelle tea. Now, he's once again under fire for calling out the transgender community. In his new Netflix special, The Dreamer, Dave said, and if you want to know why I'm tired of talking about them, because these people acted like I needed them to be funny. Well, that's ridiculous. I don't need you. I got a whole new angle coming. All right, y'all. Flame, we're going to go to you because you toured with Mr. Chapelle. What are your thoughts on the backlash he's been receiving? Do you think it's warranted? And how do you feel about it? What do you think?
I did, Claudia. I did tour with him. And y'all, I'm gonna shock y'all for real. I did 9 arenas with Dave, and he told some of these same jokes. Some of them I didn't hear because I was in the green room, I was in the back. But I watched the special, and as a trans woman, a trans person, and Dave is my friend. He considers me his friend. I consider him my friend. But as a trans person, when I watched the special, I was never offended with Dave before. But I think it was the delivery of some of these jokes, because I heard these jokes. And I think they were funny jokes. But I think on the special, he delivered them a little brutal. Let me just say that. And that's still my friend. I'm just being very honest and very transparent. My problem was with when the trans girls speak up about Dave saying this or saying that. If we're going to throw rocks at a glass house, we got to make sure that our glass is covered. Because here's the thing, Dave will say something out of pocket, and everybody is mad at Dave or myself for a difference of opinion. He never wished ill will on the trans community. He never wished harm. He never wished hurt. He just made a joke, just like I have a difference of opinion. But we have people in our house. We had a girl in Philadelphia, a trans activist recently, last week, who molested 2 young boys. She's a trans activist. Nobody from the trans community has spoke about that. There's a young lady, a queen in Kentucky named Buffet, who's about to be on a huge reality pageant show, who allegedly embezzled $300,000 from gay pride. She ain't stealing from me. She stole it from y'all because y'all canceled all my gay pride bookings last year. So nobody has spoke about that. My thing is, Dave is not perfect, but if we're going to cover all the bases, then cover all the bases. And when Dave was attacked on stage, Claudia, he talked to me about that. When that guy ran on stage here at the Hollywood Bowl, that terrified him because he thought he was going to die. This is how serious it has become.
So are you saying that sometimes the community sometimes doesn't hold their own accountable, but are quick to hold? Is that what you're saying? I know they already have issues with you. You've had some issues with the trans community yourself.
And all because of difference of opinion. It's not like, no, I never wished ill will, just like he did. He makes jokes. But left up to them and their own devices, it's terrible because everybody is screaming and hollering, oh, he's transphobic, he's transphobic. Silence is complicity, what Martin Luther King said. So if we don't speak up our own, they already deem us as sexual deviants and pedophiles and freaks. We should have spoke up and said, hey, that one trans activist, that's not who we are as a people. That's not, but nobody has said a word, Claudia. But let somebody say tranny or let somebody say misgender the wrong, and maybe the whole roof is blown off. It is ridiculous to me, and I'm not giving Dave a pass because I've heard those jokes. I thought in The Dreamer, the one that he put out, because on the road it was funny as hell. I thought he was a little brutal with the way he delivered the jokes. It was the same joke, but it was the way he delivered it. It just came off a little cold.
I think that's dope of you to have, like, you're keeping it a buck about someone that you work with like that you could potentially be seen as that could be an issue. So thank you for doing that. And
he was wonderful to me. He was.
No. Al, what do you think about this?
I have to agree with Flame on this. I've always defended Dave on this show about his right to be a comedian and right to use the words that he wants to use in his stand-up. But Flame is right. There was something about his delivery. It was something about how he said it, when he said it in his production, and how he kept making reference to it throughout the special that really was cringeworthy to me. And I don't know if he's upset, but he didn't throw in that funny element to it. It was almost like, let me get this off my chest because trans people, you're not really bothering me, but you're bothering me. So in this particular case, this didn't land well for me. And I am a diehard Dave Chapelle fan. So I'm positive that if it didn't land well for me, it did not land well for thousands of others.
Sonny Lovin said, you just can't say anything these days, but Dave always says what he says. And Tanya Christopher says, Flame is telling it. I really like her transparency. Dana said, it wasn't the jokes. It was him doubling down about being a TERF or something like that. Who at PYT said, I agree, Flame. This was the first time I felt like he was off his game and the humor did not make up for the meanness. Damn, I have to see this.
And personally, Claudia and Al, I've been with his wife. Is wonderful. His sister Felicia, Elena is his wife. His sister Felicia, his team, Jake. and Nikki and everyone is wonderful. And Dave is not homophobic. He's not. Dave welcomed me into his home like I was his friend, and not because I stood by him, because Dave gave me an opportunity to work. But even now, if Dave and I was to talk today, I was like, dude, you came off a little. You was feisty on this one. It was not fun. Sometimes as a comedian, when you see the comic as an audience member, if you see the person on stage having a good time delivering this stuff to you, you have a good time watching that person have a good time delivering it to you. They seemed not there. I'm with Al on this. He wasn't all the way there. It was kind of like, I'm sliding the knife in, but I'm not going to distract you. I'm just going to cut you.
Damn. All right. Well, we'll see how this all pans out.
And that's my boy. I love Dave Chapelle. I do.
Thanks for keeping it a buck. All right.